When we think of New Zealand, we think of an unspoiled, clean country with a bright future. We think of a sports-mad nation, a melting pot of diverse people and cultures. When we think of New Zealand, we think of a country that we're proud to call home. What we don't think of, however, is a country that is suffering from what has been labelled an epidemic. Today, New Zealand ranks amongst the highest in obesity rates, with a figure that has been steadily rising over the past decade, with a staggering 1 in 3 adults being obese and 1 in 9 children being classified as such. As harsh as it sounds, New Zealand is suffering from an obesity epidemic. Defined as having a BMI over 30, obesity leads to symptoms including breathlessness, high cholesterol levels, and high blood pressure. Furthermore, this excess weight is the leading cause in many severe conditions, such as type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and some forms of cancer. I get it. We should be accepting of all body types. But more importantly, we want everyone in our country to live healthy lives. Thus, we have to recognise that New Zealand's obesity rates are of utmost concern and have to be addressed. The main cause boils down to one factor. We're eating food that's bad for us, and we're eating too much of it. When it comes down to taste and enjoyment, it's a challenge for many people to give up their favourite foods, such as a juicy burger, in favour of a cold salad. What we need is a solution that allows our food to be healthier without compromising on taste. The flavours that we taste in food, sweet, salty, sour, bitter, and umami, are not solely determined by our taste buds. Rather, they're a combination of both taste and smell. As we eat, aromas waft from our food and enter our nasal cavity from within. This is known as retronasal olfaction. The orbital frontal cortex then combines this information from our tongue and nasal receptors. A simple way to illustrate this is through eating with a blocked nose. You'll find that your reduced sense of smell leads to a reduced sense of taste. Recently, research has been undertaken to improve the taste of foods through the use of added scents. Last year, a device called the, wait for it, gas chromatograph olfactometry associated taste was unveiled by a group led by Thierry Thomas Danguin. The device is used to identify the characterizing odor compounds within different types of foods. During GCO, a complex mixture of gases is separated in a process called gas chromatography. Then, the odors and their concentrations are then identified by using mass spectrometry. This is coupled with olfactometric detection at the sniff port, where the separated compounds are tested by trained human assessors, taking into account the quality, intensity, and duration of a specific odor. Once you've identified an aroma and its concentration, they can be inserted into a food through various methods. For instance, they could be incorporated into a spray. This could be an aqueous solution, olive oil, or vinaigrette. We often associate characterizing aromas, such as lemons with sourness or berries with sweetness. By only having the odor present in our food, the brain fills in the blanks, reconstructing a particular taste from past experiences. One study found that when a salt-like aroma from ham was added to a salted caramel custard, despite not containing any salt, participants perceived the custard as being salty. Furthermore, some also found that when aromas were added, the custard with 40% reduced salt tasted the same as its traditional counterpart, proving that there is enormous potential in this technology. So, how is this better than our current alternatives? Many of today's products will have light counterparts with reduced salts, sugars, or fats. This, however, has shown to be ineffective. Simply put, people will not purchase a product if it doesn't taste as good as it used to. Even if they do, after discovering the changes in taste, they might decide to add in their own sugars or salt, entirely defeating the purpose. Another popular method is through the use of artificial sweetness. Whilst this does decrease caloric intake, it's only able to act as a substitute for sugar and can create negative long-term effects. Because artificial sweeteners are far more potent than sugar, the overstimulation of our sugar receptors means that regular usage would cause naturally sweet foods such as fruit to be less appealing, and even more so for unsweet vegetables, thus further reducing the appeal of healthy, nutritious foods. Now, not only are there health benefits through this solution, there are also an abundance of social benefits. Today, obese individuals are often stigmatised for their weight, causing many to lose willpower, disengage from society, and continue on with their habits, creating a self-perpetuating cycle. The introduction of aromas to make our foods healthier allows these individuals to gradually treat their obesity. It's an accessible, natural solution that doesn't enforce a drastic lifestyle change. Furthermore, this solution would allow New Zealand to reap vast economic benefits. In 2012, overweightness and obesity costed the economy $849 million due to lost productivity in healthcare. That's up to nearly $600 per taxpayer. If we could drastically lower the cost of this epidemic through obesity prevention, these funds could be put to better use, tackling less preventable health issues and greatly benefiting the NZ economy. Obesity is an issue that is rampant in New Zealand, an issue that causes devastating health effects, an issue with a huge social and economic costs. But it's also an issue that can be resolved through the use of aromas obtained from the GCO process, a solution that allows for high-value, nutritious foods for all to enjoy, a solution that will one day create healthier foods and healthier lives. And I assure you that unlike obesity, it will be worth the wait.